Hello everyone, I again welcome you all back to channel Career File. So as you can see, in today's video I'll be covering extensively the various types of variables used in research. So this is quite an important topic in research and especially all the UGC NET aspirants must understand this before proceeding towards other complex topics like measurement scales, research designs, etc. So first of all, what is a variable? So variable is something that varies or changes. Variable can be anything. It can be a person, can be an object or a phenomena or a feature, in fact anything. But it must change. So this change can be observed for different people or for the same person at different times. It is a logical grouping of attributes. So since variable can be both qualitative and quantitative, that is, it can be either something that can numerically be measured or it can even represent a group of attributes in case of qualitative variable. So for example, a researcher wants to study differences across the genders. For instance, if he wants to study the job satisfaction level of मेल्स एंड फीमेल्स सो ये जेंडर जो हो गया जिसको वो स्टडी करना चाह रहा है ये जेंडर हो गया हमारा वेरिएबल वेर एज वेन वी टॉक अबाउट मेल और फीमेल तो ये दोनों इसके एट्रीब्यूट्स हो गए सो जेंडर विल बी अ वेरिएबल वेर एज एट्रीब्यूट्स विल बी मेल और फीमेल नेक्स्ट इट मस्ट बी मेजरेबल. Now this is very important to note that variable should be measurable. So as I already told you that variable can be both quantitative and qualitative. So quantitative data को measure करना बहुत easy होता है वो already numeric terms में होता है. पर जब हम बात करते हैं किसी qualitative variable की so since it's not in numeric terms so it must be first quantified and then measured. So in short, any variable should be measurable because when the researcher conducts an empirical study, तो उसकी पूरी study का basis ही वो variable होता है. जो भी वो data collect करता है, analyze करता है, वो data जो होता है concerns the variable. So अगर वो variable measure नहीं किया जा सकेगा तो analysis possible ही नहीं होगी study की. So let me now move on to the types of variables. So today I'll be discussing 6 common variables used in research. So let me first start with independent variable and dependent variable. So independent variable is the antecedent which affects the dependent variable, that is the consequent, because it gets affected by the independent variable. Researcher independent variable को manipulate करता है so as to measure the dependent variable. So basically dependent variable is of primary interest to the researcher. The researcher wants to study the changes which are brought in the dependent variable. So उसका main aim होता है to explain the variability of dependent variable. So independent variable को predictor variable whereas dependent variable को outcome variable भी बोला जाता है. On that similar note, IV is the presumed cause whereas DV is the presumed effect. तो जो भी कॉमर्स के स्टूडेंट्स होंगे उन्होंने लॉ ऑफ डिमांड जरूर पढ़ा होगा जिसमें उन्होंने पढ़ा होगा that quantity demanded is the function of price. So quantity किससे अफेक्ट होती है? प्राइस से अफेक्ट होती है. So प्राइस जब इंक्रीज होता है तो क्वांटिटी डिमांडेड डिक्रीज होती है whereas जब प्राइस डिक्रीज होता है तो ये इंक्रीज होती है. So here demand was the dependent variable because it was getting affected because of change in price and price was the IV or the independent variable. So any which way we can say that dependent variable is the function of independent variable. Now let's understand this better with the help of examples. So one example could be that price, product quality and service quality can affect the customer loyalty. So here in this example, all the 3 variables become the independent variables. And here customer loyalty can be measured after measuring the price, product quality, and the service quality of the product. Similarly, working hours may affect the productivity of the workers. So here working hours will become the IV and productivity the DV. So now coming on to intervening variable. So intervening variable को mediating variable भी बोला जाता है because it connects the IV and the DV together. So it links the independent and the dependent variables but as an abstract processes. Basically intervening variable एक hypothetical concept है because यहाँ assume किया जाता है that IV, MV and DV are linked with each other. इन तीनों का एक जो connection है, जो relationship building है, it is assumed to happen. So we can say that it explains the relationship between the two variables, the IV and the DV. So intervening variable is kind of a connector between the IV and the DV. It is assumed to be caused by the IV and is itself the cause of DV. I'll explain this point in the coming example. So होता क्या है? Like earlier we understood that IV is directly causing change in DV. हम ये assume कर रहे थे that IV को change करेंगे तो DV की value में change आएगा. But यहाँ पे अगर mediating variable कोई होगा, वो DV की value को affect कर देगा before the impact of IV is reaching on DV. Let me put it in simpler terms. Like X here is assumed to be an indirect cause of Y. So here M is acting as a mediating variable between the two and X is predicting M and M is predicting Y. So like earlier X was seemed to be the immediate cause of Y. That is, it was having a direct relationship with Y. Now these two variables are mediated with another variable, that is the mediating variable, and now the X is first impacting the mediating variable and then this mediating variable is impacting the value of Y. So as soon as IV starts operating its influence on the DV, the mediating variable starts surfacing. That is, the impact can be first traced on the mediating variable. So this is how IV, MV and DV model looks like. So अगर मैं अपने previous example की ही बात करूँ, where these three were the independent variables, whereas customer loyalty was the dependent variable being measured. अगर इस particular example की बात करें, so in this, customer satisfaction can be a mediating variable. That is, the price of the product quality and the service quality is affecting the customer satisfaction first, which in turn is affecting the customer loyalty. So here these three are not directly affecting the customer loyalty. Rather, these three will first be predicting the customer satisfaction, which in turn will predict the customer loyalty. Likewise, in another example, which was working hours affecting the productivity of the workers, here probably the wages or the health can act as a mediating variable affecting the productivity. So ये assume किया जाएगा that working hours is determining the wages of the workers, or we can also say that wages will be affected by working hours, which in turn will affect the productivity of the workers. Similarly, working hours may affect the health of the workers, which in turn can affect the productivity of the workers. So I hope अब आपको mediating variable का concept अच्छे से clear हो गया होगा. Now we'll understand what is moderating variable, which is also known as interaction variable. So as the name suggests, it modifies the existing relationship between the IV and the DV. Here IV is directly impacting the DV and there is no variable between the two. So then what's the role of the moderating variable? It affects the strength or the direction of the relationship between the IV and the DV. So here the relationship between X and Y can either be strengthened or it can be weakened because of this moderating variable. That is why we can say that it has a contingent or conditional effect on the relationship between the IV and the DV. So let me put this across with the help of an example. So supposedly sales is the variable being measured. We are measuring sales which is assumed to be caused by the level of advertising. So यहाँ पर ये assume किया जा रहा है that advertising is directly affecting the sales. Nevertheless, there's another variable, that is the competition, that may have an impact on their relationship. So here, high competition within the industry can be assumed to weaken the relationship between these two. That is, अगर competition ज़्यादा है industry में, then advertising उतना affect नहीं करेगा sales को जितना करना चाहिए. Similarly, in case of low competition, their relationship can become stronger. So then the advertising will have a greater impact on sales. In another example where wages is directly affecting the productivity of the workers, here the age could act as a moderator between the two. That is, अगर age workers की कम होती है, so the wages will have a greater impact on the productivity. Like it can be assumed that जब आप young होते हैं, आपके अंदर ज़्यादा motivation होती है to work hard. So wages can act as a motivational factor that can influence the productivity. And where the age of the worker is more, there the relationship between the wages and the productivity can be weak. That is, हो सकता है कि wages affect उतना ना करें productivity को when you cross a certain age. So this could be another example of moderating variable. Next, we are going to talk about extraneous variable. So extraneous variable is any variable that the researcher is not studying about. These variables are not taken into account when you conduct your research study. The researcher generally studies the effect of independent variable over the dependent variable. But this cannot be the actual scenario. There are plenty of variables out there that may affect your dependent variable. So what the researcher do is he tries to control those variables. Because if he will not, then these variables might affect the results on dependent variable. So extraneous variable has the potential to influence the dependent variable. It is kept outside the study as it is undesirable for the researcher. So the researcher does not want to study the effect of that particular variable on the DV. It may include unforeseen factors. So yes, there may be certain factors that may crop up while you are performing your study. It can be any situational factor or any factor which relates to the participants you are studying. So it can affect the results if the researcher does not control them. So yes, it can have a confounding effect on the results if the researcher does not control it on time. So extraneous variable, if left uncontrolled, becomes confounding variable. So it is a special type of an extraneous variable. It can correlate positively or negatively with both dependent and independent variables. These variables cannot be controlled and may adversely affect your results. So this may threaten the internal validity of the results. So for example, as a researcher, you want to study that how lack of exercise is amounting to weight gain. So here the lack of exercise would become your IV, whereas weight gain would become your DV. So now there will be certain other variables which may affect your DV, but they are not part of your study. For example, age can be one factor that may affect the weight gain, or it can be the food consumption. So food can be another factor, and similarly genetic factors may also be one reason for weight gain. So these are the factors which the researcher is not studying about. He just wants to study that how lack of exercise is leading to weight gain. So if these factors are left uncontrolled or unrecognizable, may affect severely to your study. Therefore, इनको पहले ही identify कर लेना चाहिए so that the study can produce accurate results. So if you liked the video, don't forget to like and share it to your friends and colleagues, especially those preparing for UGC NET. And please do comment your valuable feedback because it really motivates us. And most importantly, keep watching Career File.